y-axis is distance, x-axis is time. Distance time curve has given in the figure. The maximum instantaneous velocity of the particle is around the point A, B, C, D. 4 points are given. At which point the velocity is maximum is asked. Already we have seen that velocity equal to slope. Already we have seen. Suppose, and this sum already we have seen. One particle has 30 degree. If you plot between time and displacement, one has 30, another has 45. This has 45 degree. This has 30 degree. The slope of this is less. Therefore, the tan theta velocity equal to tan 30 equal to 1 by root 3 we have seen. For this velocity equal to tan 45, that is equal to 1 we have seen. Which is higher? This is higher. This is less. So, angle, if the angle is higher, velocity is higher. That is another example. I told you that instead of giving angle, if they give equation for this line equation, that is in terms of x equal to t square, sorry, 5t plus c. Here it is given that 3t plus x equal to 3t it is given. If they give equation, then we have to differentiate and find the velocity. Already we have seen that is dx by dt. Here also we have to find dx by dt. If it is equation is given. This also gives slope. Slope. What is slope? Slope is angle made by this line, the tangent at any point. Angle made by the tangent at any point with the x-axis. That is slope. That is, in other words, tan theta. Slope is tan theta. If the angle is more, slope is more. Velocity is more. So, where angle is more, at C angle is more. Therefore, around C velocity is maximum. Where the maximum instantaneous velocity at C. Therefore, the answer is A. A is D, B is A, C is B, D is C. Therefore, D is the answer. The slope is maximum means velocity is maximum. The position x of a particle with respect to time t along x-axis is given by the position x. So you can ignore all these 10 lines. X equal to something is given. X equal to 9t square minus t cube is given. Where x is in meter. This is in meter. T in seconds. That is given. What will be the position of this particle when it achieves maximum speed? Its displacement is function of time. Therefore, its velocity also function of time. Therefore, at a particular time, velocity will be maximum. At that time, what is the displacement? That is the question. I'll tell again. X is what? Distance covered. Distance covered is x. Distance traveled, we can say in other words, x. What is dx by dt? Dx by dt is velocity. If any equation is given, you have to differentiate. That gives velocity. This velocity is maximum when this velocity is maximum because it is not constant. Velocity is not constant because it is function of time. That's why velocity will vary. But at a particular value of t, this will be maximum. The velocity will be, speed will be maximum. At that time, what is the displacement? Question is this. Now we will again, once again, we'll read. What will be the position of this particle when it achieves maximum speed along the x direction? Maximum, what will be the position? Position means x. What is the value of x is asked when it achieves maximum speed? When it achieves maximum speed. So to find maximum speed, first we have to find the equation for speed. What is the equation for speed? We have to differentiate this. That's why dx by dt, that is velocity, equal to dx by dt, dx by dt, that is equal to 18t minus 3t square. T power n, n t power n minus 1. This is the formula. So by using that formula, we found the equation for velocity. When it will be maximum, the mathematics says differentiation of this equal to 0 means then it may be maximum or minimum. Maximum or minimum. Either derivative of this must be equal to 0. So what is the derivative of this? So we have to differentiate again. One more time we have to differentiate. So d square x by dt square. That is d by dt of dx by dt. Second time differentiation means we have to differentiate once again this. D square x by dt square equal to 18t. If we differentiate this, it will become 18. Because t power 1 minus 1, 0. Anything power 0 equal to 1. Therefore, 18 minus 3t square means 6t you will get. This must be equal to 0 to get the maximum value of velocity. So, 18 minus 60 equal to 0 means 60 equal to 18 or t equal to 3. T equal to 3. So, when time equal to 3, the displacement we have to find. At that time, speed will be maximum. When t equal to 3, speed will be maximum. So we have to substitute here this 3. If you substitute this 3 in x, x equal to 9 times multiplied by 9 because 3 square. X equal to 9t square. T equal to 3 means 9 minus t cube 27. 81 minus 27, 54 meter. The displacement is 54 meter. That is A is the answer. Any doubt in this sum? புரியலனா கேளுங்க. Okay. So to find the maximum, we have to differentiate one more time and equate to 0. This concept we should remember. A particle moves along a straight line OX. At a time t, the distance x in meters of the particle from O is given by, at any point of time, the distance x equal to 40 plus 12t minus t cube. X கான equation கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. How long the particle travel before coming to rest? Rest means velocity equal to 0. We know if speed is 0 means it will be at rest. So he is asking how long the particle travel before coming to rest. Maybe in deceleration instead of acceleration. But anyhow, for what value of t, velocity will be 0, we have to find. So first we have to find the velocity. Velocity means what? Dx by dt we have to find. Velocity equal to dx by dt. That is equal to, if you differentiate a constant, it becomes 0 plus 12t. If you differentiate, it becomes 12. T cube, if you differentiate, 3t square. That's called. So this is the velocity. Therefore, this is equal to 0. It is given. Velocity equal to 0. At that time, what is the displacement we have to find? So velocity equal to 0 means, 12 minus 3t square equal to 0, or 3t square equal to 12, or t square equal to 12 divided by 3 equal to 4. Therefore, t equal to plus or minus 2. We have to take, time means it won't give negative value. That's why we have to take the positive value. Therefore, t equal to 2. So we have to find the x. It is moving along this line. We have to find the x. Substitute here t value. What you will get? 40 plus 12 times multiplied by 2 minus, if you cube that 2, you will get 8. So 40 plus 24, 64 minus 8, 56 you will get. So x equal to 56 when velocity is 0. But initially where it is? We do not know. Initially where it is? Initially, it is to cheat you. The sum is to cheat you. A particle moves along a straight line OX. At a time t, the distance x of the particle from O is given by, this formula is given. From O is given. This equation is from O. That's all. That is given. So when t equal to 0, what is the distance we have to find? This is when t equal to 2. When t equal to 0, what is the distance? When t equal to 0, the distance is, substitute t equal to 0 in x. T equal to 0, if you put x equal to 40. Therefore, when t equal to 0, initially it is at 40, now it is at 56. Therefore, before coming to rest, it travels 16 meters, because 56 minus 40 equal to 16 meters. Therefore, A is the answer. A is the answer. Hmm. 56 meter is not correct. Initially, if it is at 0, then 56 is correct. So, suppose I'll give another example. Jitish, I'll give another example. Suppose my equation is like this. My equation is like this. X equal to 12t minus t cube. Let us assume. Here, what is dx by dt? Equal to 12 minus 3t square. Therefore, equal to 0. It becomes rest means equal to 0. Therefore, t equal to 2. New equation is this. So, t equal to 2. If you substitute t equal to 2, what you will get? X equal to 12 multiplied by 2 minus t cube is 8. That is equal to 24 minus 8. That is equal to 16. We got 16. For this equation, 16 is correct. For this equation, you have to find initially where it is, we have to find. The constant is there. It means when t equal to 0, the particle is at 40 meters. Initially, it is at 40 meters. Now it is at 56. Therefore, what is the question? How long the particle travel? How long the particle? It is not, they are not asking the distance. We have to read the question carefully. How long the particle travel before coming to rest? Only 16 meters, because initially it is at 40. Now it comes to 56. How long the particle travel before it coming to rest means 56 minus 40 equal to 16. We got Jitish. Got my point? Okay. A displacement x of your particle varies with the time t as x equal to, it is given like this. Displacement x equal to a e power minus alpha t plus b e power beta t is given. So any point of time, if you substitute the value of t, you will get the where it is, you will get. If you know the time, if you substitute it here, you will know the where the particle is, we can find. So location will be given by this equation as usual, where a, b, alpha, beta are positive constants. Carefully, it is given as positive constants. The velocity of the particle will be, question is this, velocity of the particle will be independent of beta. Drop to 0 when alpha equal to beta. Go on decreasing with the time. Go on increasing with the time. T, as t increases, the answer for D is go on increasing. Means with time means if you increase t, it will increase. What is C says? Go on decreasing. If t increases, velocity will decrease. What is B says? B says when alpha equal to beta, its velocity is 0. Its velocity is 0. Its velocity is 0. That is answer B. A, it is independent of beta. First, let us find velocity first, because only displacement is given. Any equation is given. To find velocity, we have to differentiate with respect to time. So we have to find dx by dt. We have to find that is equal to a is constant. Keep it as such. E power minus alpha t. D by dt of e power t equal to e power t. D by dt of e power minus t equal to, the coefficient of this will comes here. Coefficient of t is 1. Here coefficient of t is minus 1. Therefore, minus e power minus t. Another equation. I am writing this way. Generally, we can say that d by dt of e power nt equal to n into e power nt. D by dt of e power minus nt equal to minus n e power minus nt. So if you differentiate the exponential function, you will get the same result, but coefficient will change. Differentiate or integrate, you will get the same value. For this is the formula you have to remember. This is the general formula you have to remember. So here, instead of n, alpha is there. Negative sign is there. If you differentiate this, what you will get? A is constant, leave it. E power minus alpha. Therefore, what you will get is minus alpha e power minus alpha t. Instead of n, alpha is there. Plus b beta e power beta t. So this is the velocity. So velocity we got. Now we have to find first answer be independent of beta. No. Velocity consists of beta. Therefore, A is not the answer. We have to first eliminate the wrong answers. Then automatically you will get best answer, correct answer. If alpha equal to beta, let us assume that it is 1. Then drop to 0 and so on. We cannot say it is not drop to 0. Minus A, alpha equal to 1 and equal to 1. And second answer is drop to 0 when alpha equal to beta. Let us assume that alpha equal to 1, beta equal to 1. Minus A e power minus alpha equal to 1, therefore t. Plus B e power beta equal to 1, therefore t. So here A and B are not equal. E power minus t, e power plus t, they are adding. That's why they won't getting cancelled. It won't become 0. Therefore, B also wrong. These type of sums, we have to eliminate wrong answers first. We should not choose the correct answer. Some sums we have to do like that. We have to eliminate the wrong answers first. So this sum we have to eliminate wrong answers. Then next what he says, go on decreasing with the time t. Go on increasing with the time t. So we have to increase the time and we have to find the answer. No other go. For that, these two are added together. So we must know what is the graph for e power minus alpha t. What is the graph for alpha e power beta t? If we know, sorry, here we must know what is the graph for e power minus alpha t. What is the graph for e power beta t multiplied by a alpha b beta. So let us assume that a alpha b beta, let us assume 1, no problem. So here e power minus t means all you assume 1. To get the concept, constants you assume 1. So what you will get the equation? Equation will be minus e power minus t plus e power minus plus t. What is the equation for e power minus t? This is the equation, this is the graph for e power minus t. This is mathematically they will say it is exponentially decreasing. Exponentially decreasing. This is time, this is magnitude, velocity. E power minus t means for this graph it will be like this. But before that one minus sign is there. Therefore, if you put a minus sign before this, what you will get is your graph will be like this. Anyhow, it comes to 0. So this is the graph for minus a alpha e power minus alpha t. As t increases, it comes to 0. Anyhow, as t increases, this part will become 0. This part will become 0. As t increases, this part becomes 0. First part becomes 0 because initially it is some negative value minus a alpha. At this point, if you put t equal to 0, you will get minus a alpha. It starts at minus a alpha. Suppose a equal to 1, alpha equal to 1 means it starts at minus 1 and comes to 0. Suppose, what is the graph for this? Let us assume b and beta equal to 1. Graph for this will be going like this. Sorry. Graph for this is exponentially increasing. This is graph for b beta e power beta t is go on increases. Initially it is 0. When t equal to 0, e power 0 equal to 1. Initial value if b and beta equal to 1 means it starts here, not here. It starts at 1. Starts at 1. If b and beta equal to 1, it goes like this. B beta. If both are 1 means it starts at 1. Otherwise, it starts at b beta. This is the graph for b beta e power beta t. Add these two together. After a long time, t's value 1000, let us assume. It goes to 0, but it goes very high value. Therefore, go on increasing with the time. Therefore, D is the correct answer. C also wrong. C also wrong. So these type of sum, what we have to do is we have to remove the wrong answers. We have to remove the wrong answers. Then you will automatically will get the correct answer. Eliminate the wrong answer method of sum. Any doubt in this sum? If you didn't understand, I will explain again. No one is answering. No, sir. Any doubt? I will explain again. If you didn't understand. If you understand, if you ask in the other way, complementary. Got the point? I think no one is answering. So let us take Three answers I got. Okay. And no, sir. Understand, sir. Please explain again, sir. Okay, I'll explain again. No problem. No problem. I'll take another page to explain this. What is the expression for velocity? Expression for velocity is minus a alpha e power minus alpha t plus d beta e power beta t. Up to this point, I think you understood. Say yes or no. Up to this point, you understand? Okay. Up to this point, you understood. Dx by dt, up to dx. Yes. So we have to differentiate this. Okay. What is dx by dt? Velocity equal to minus a alpha e power minus alpha t plus b beta e power beta t. This is the equation for velocity. Suppose I want to know the velocity of this particle at t equal to 0. Substitute t equal to 0. E power t equal to 0, if you put minus a alpha, e power 0 is 1, plus b beta, e power 0 is 1. Therefore, the answer is minus a alpha plus b beta. That is the answer. When t equal to 0, we have to find two values. If you didn't understand, we have to substitute two values. One is 0, another one is infinity. So, if you substitute 0, what you will get? You got some value minus a alpha plus b beta. This is the value you got. Velocity is this much. If you assume a equal to 1 and b equal to 1, alpha equal to 1, beta equal to 1 means initially it will be at rest 0. Initial velocity is 0. How we found that if alpha, beta, a, b all are equal to 1 means, or all are equal means, you will get 0. All are equal to 1 or all are equal means, suppose a equal to 5, b equal to 5, alpha equal to 5, beta equal to 5 means you will get 0. But anyhow, you are getting some value. Velocity at t equal to 0, you got this value. What is the value when t equal to infinity? We have to find. As t increases, t go on increasing, what happens to velocity they are asking. That's why two value we have to substitute and find the values. So let us substitute t equal to infinity in this equation. If we substitute t equal to infinity in this equation, then velocity equal to minus a alpha e power minus infinity. T equal to infinity means forget about alpha. Infinity, if you multiply with anything with infinity, you will get infinity. E power infinity. E power minus infinity equal to 0. E power minus infinity equal to 0. Plus b beta e power infinity. Here e power infinity equal to 0. Therefore, whatever may be the value of a and alpha, you will get 0 for this. Plus b beta e power infinity. Anything to the power infinity equal to infinity. Except infinity. The infinity power infinity is undefined. Undefined. That you should not tell. Anything not infinity. Any number, e is one number. Number to the power infinity means that is infinity. Therefore, infinity. So, velocity equal to infinity. When t equal to infinity, velocity is infinity. From this, we can understand that velocity increases from, let us assume that alpha, beta, a, b all are equal. Then velocity increased from 0 to infinity. I can say that as t increases, velocity is increasing. I hope you understood. Tell me, Jitish and Asini, I got my point or not yet? Shall I explain one more time? Okay. Yes, this is over. Answer is D. Displacement time graph of moving particle is shown below. The displacement time graph. displacement in y-axis, time in x-axis. That graph is given. The instantaneous velocity of the particle is negative. If the slope is like this, then the slope is called positive slope. The slope is like this, then it is called a negative slope. Here, the velocity is, as time increases, it increases. Velocity increases. Time increases. This is time, this is velocity. Velocity increases. Here, as time increases, velocity decreases. Slope is negative. Slope means velocity decreases. So where here up to d it is positive slope. Here also positive slope. Therefore, the velocity is, here the velocity is positive. Here the velocity is negative. Because it is decreasing. So the instantaneous velocity of the particle is negative at E. Therefore, answer is E. E means A. A is the answer. Which one of the curve doesn't represent motion in one dimension? Actually, it is two dimension. Okay. Time is there, no? Okay. Which one of the curve doesn't represent motion in one dimension? Yes, motion in one dimension. We have to remove the doesn't represent motion in one dimension. This is one dimensional motion. Initially, its displacement increases, then displacement decreases. No problem, one dimension only. Final displacement is this 5 meter. It goes here, then it comes here, 5 meter displacement. So it is linear only. It is one dimension only. This is wrong because does not represent one dimension. This is one dimension. Here, the displacement is gone, increases. It is also one dimension. Therefore, this is also wrong answer. This is initially it goes away, then comes to 0, then goes in the negative direction, then again comes to 0, then goes to positive direction, then comes to 0. This is also one dimension. That's why this is also wrong. Therefore, this is the correct answer. It must be. But how to understand this? Here, this is a displacement. What is which one of the curve doesn't represent motion? This is velocity. This is velocity versus time. V they put. Therefore, velocity. This is velocity. I said displacement. Actually, velocity. Velocity increases, then velocity decreases. Velocity go on increases. Here, velocity is oscillating. Velocity increases, velocity decreases, negative direction, velocity increases. It means you can think like this. Car speed is increasing, then car speed is decreasing, comes to rest. Then car goes in the negative direction, reverse direction. Then car goes in the forward direction and comes to rest. 0. Then velocity is 0. Again, velocity increases, velocity decreases. So it is one represent motion in one dimension. This is also one dimension. This is also one dimension. Velocity versus time. I didn't see the V. I thought it is X. Okay. Now, velocity at one point, if you select, say this is t equal to 3. At 3, if you find velocity, it gives two values. How a car will run at two velocities. This is 20 km per hour. This is 40 km per hour. Take this here and display. This is the circle. At t equal to 3, the car speed is 20 km per hour and 40 km per hour. If you draw a line at t equal to 3, it gives two values. It's not at all possible. Either car can run at 20 km per hour or 40 km per hour. How it can run at two speeds simultaneously? That is called two-valued function. Two-valued. These are all not required. This is mathematics. Two-valued function means mathematics. That is not required for you. You can physically understand. Forget about mathematics. How a car will run at 2 speed simultaneously. Either it will run at 20 km per hour or at 40 km per hour. Nowhere two values will give here. Only one value. At any time, if you draw, you see here, see here, everywhere it gives only one value. But this alone gives two values. How it can run at 2 speed at one time? Even if you see the displacement also, displacement, if you see how I can be either here or somewhere else. I cannot be at both places. Like that, it's not possible to run a particle at 2 speeds. That's why this does not represent the motion in one dimension. But B is the answer. B is the answer. You understand this point? Any doubt in this sum?